Morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Love 500. Welcome back to another day on Project Beige Girl. There she is. So this is the day after we did the bumper. So today, I wasn't going to do any car related stuff today, but the sun's out and it's really actually quite warm, even though the weather had turned over the last few days and winter was well and truly on its way. The leaves are falling off the trees, or started to. Today it's about 16, 17, 18 degrees, something like that. So and it's really nice and sunny. The seats need to be cleaned, and I thought it'll give it a good chance to actually dry. It is the afternoon, so we haven't got too many hours of sunshine, but thought we'd get ahead of the game. So let's get straight into it. Cobwebs. There you go, all nice and clean. As the sun's out, hopefully it should dry in no time at all. I've left the door, that door's just closed itself. Got the boot open and the door open and the windows open, and try and get it to dry off. I don't think it'll take long in this sort of weather. It's not hot, but it's warm and it's sunny, although the sun's not on this bit. But at least we can leave it open and airing. You may have noticed, or may not, that wheel trim's gone. I thought for a minute it had been stolen overnight. And then I found it under the car. So what I have discovered is, you know, I said, if you remember, I said that it wasn't very secure. I noticed that the metal ring that goes around the outside, is not there. That's why it's loose. And all I've done is back the car up, put it there in the middle of the drive, and it's fallen off. So I will try and see if I've got a ring that I can take off of one of the other wheel trims. And then put it on there, see if that holds it more securely. Failing that, I will do as I had originally planned and put the cable ties around. I've ordered some cable ties, some transparent cable ties rather than white. I've also done the boot carpet, which is virtually dry, and also found one of the many sets of mats that I have. So I've given those a clean as well. They've got a lot of hairs over them, dog's hairs presumably. Once they're dry, I'll go over them with a bit of parcel tape, get those off. And I haven't cleaned the inside of the car yet. Obviously I'll wait until the seats are dried, so I have to remove the overspray, and then we'll do the whites of the seat, steering wheel, dash, all that sort of stuff. and give it a proper good clean inside. I haven't even hoovered it out yet, but we'll do that afterwards. So now I'm going to have a go at the buffing up, polishing and flattening, and etc, etc, the spraying that we did yesterday. Right, I've got my DA polisher out, and now I'm going to polish this up, or try. So we're going to put the orange pad on. So the orange pad, according to the I got this with the well, this was on the listing on eBay, I think, where I bought them from. So the orange pad is used to remove heavy scratches and paint defects, ideal for levelling the clear coat and preparing for a polish. So that's the one I'm going to use. Now I'm going to start off with the more aggressive one, the heavy cut. I'm going to start off with that one and we'll see how it goes. Start off on a slow speed. I never really know how much of this stuff to use. Not being a pro, it's guesswork. So I'm going to turn it down to a relatively slow speed. That's improved it. Yeah, that's not bad actually. Not bad at all. I'm going to use some more of that though. And I'm going to turn the speed up a bit. Oops, a bit too much there. So I don't really know how much of this to use. I'm sure someone will tell me. While I'm just talking here, while I'm doing this, I just wanted to say that I've discovered that my wireless microphone isn't working. All the time I thought I was recording through the wireless one, it was actually recording through the camera, or the phone I should say. So I've reverted back to the one I'm wearing now. I am going to get myself another camera, a proper camera, a 4K camera. But for the time being, I'm going to use this one. That's not bad actually, not bad at all. Not bad. There's a little bit of an issue around here. Don't quite know what. But it's not bad. I'm going to put a bit more on fast speed, and then we're going to go to the medium cut. I think now we're going to go, what one should we go for now? I think we'll go for the blue one. What's blue for? Orange, blue, green, blue. Soft and suitable finishing, giving your paint a full shine and preparing the clear coat for wax or glaze. So I think we're going to go straight to, I'm going to go to the medium one, but with the blue cloth. Again, you know, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not, as I keep saying, I'm no pro, but we'll experiment and see how it goes. This is probably better to use this blue one for the light cut, but I can turn the speed down a bit and do it on here. Yeah, so I'm going to now go to the light one, super finish. So it's actually coming out really, really nice, really soft, softer than the rest of the car actually. A little bit orange peely, but I think, are you ever going to avoid that using a tin, a rattle can? Not sure. But you know, what do I know? But we're giving it our best shot. Putting that back in there. Plenty of that. Turn the speed down. Well, I think that's about it. I think that's as good as I'm going to get. So I'm just going to put some myrrh on it. I swear by this stuff. I've been using this for years. I've just got the microphone on the car now. So, I love this stuff. We'll go over this again once the bumper's on properly. We're going to put it back on my shirt. There you go. Right, so that's not bad actually. It's not bad at all. Once we got it all back together properly, we'll give it another going over with some polish. But I think that's not bad. Got a little issue just here, so I think it needs to be blended in a little bit better there. Or maybe I'm being a bit too fussy. I don't know if you can see it through the lens or not. You just see a little shade change. So I might, despite it being quite a good colour match, let's put a bit more myrrh on it. But as for the smoothness of the paint, it's pretty good. So I actually would, going by the finish I've got here, be quite happy in painting the entire bumper like this. Because it is a really nice finish. I'm amazed future, when I have cars like Sport, where I can't get on with the bumpers, I'll get a bumper, whatever bumper. Actually, I might even do it on, it's expensive when they do it, I suppose, by metal cans. I suppose you probably need two cans to do the type bumper. But that is pretty damn good. It really is. I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased with it. Can you tell I'm pleased? Shame about that bit, but I'll sort that out at a later date once I've got the wing on and got the new bumper. I've just opened the wing that I've ordered last night in colour. Will match. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a shame about that bit. I think we just need a little blend it in a little bit. So we'll do that at a later date. That, my friends, is a result. A real nice job. How many times am I going to say it? It's as smooth as a baby's bum. It's great. You can tell I'm pleased, can't you? Right, now I'm going to go finishing off those 2 remaining wheel trims, putting those all back together. And I can't wait until the wing comes and we can get the wing on. So for the time being, that's it. Morning, morning, morning. So I've got the car up, partially up on ramps, so I haven't got it all the way up. I just wanted to get it up in the air a little bit so I can get underneath. What I'm doing today is, in a minute, I'm going to be taking the destroyed wheel with a good tyre, along with a good wheel with a bald tyre, down to the tyre shop and get them to swap the tyres over for me, and then I'll be replacing that tyre. The reason it's up on the ramps is with all the grease and oil that was all over the drive shaft where it was changed, it's still all obviously all over it, so I just want to use the old magic stuff to clean it off, because I've still got a few little drips that are still coming down where it's accumulated. I don't want to drip all over the driveway. That's why it's up on stands. I'm just going to climb underneath and give it a clean. All over the exhaust. It was all over. Oh, it's difficult to see. It was all over the end there of the drive shaft. It was all over the sump, the bottom of the sump. It has damaged the sump a bit. It's dented it slightly. There's no hole in it. I've checked. There's no leaks coming from anywhere. There was oil on the bottom of the sump, but I think that was from there as well. So it has slightly dented the sump, taken the paint off, so I will get a bit of paint on there, just so it don't go rusty, but it's only a little dent. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to change the sump because of that, as long as I get a bit of paint on it to stop it from going rusty. Where it's gone to the metal, that'll be fine. So all that oil's been cleaned off with a cloth. Excuse the camera work, but yeah, it's all nice and clean under there now. So that's another job done. I'm just going to get some black paint and get that painted. I'll just spray it on. I think I'll have a little sleep. I think I'll have a little sweep up while I've got the car moved. Right, that's all that done. Painted underneath. Put some black spray paint on the bottom of that. Stop it going rusty. So that's all good. So there shouldn't be any more dripping now. I will put something underneath just to make sure. Just booked that in for an MOT on the 7th. Also letting the garage do an oil service. The reason I'm letting them do it rather than me doing it, I haven't actually checked the service history of this yet. It didn't come with the service history and I've still got to chase it up. But the reason I'm getting the garage to do a oil service and possibly a intermediate service, depending. I've got to do the brakes on this. We discovered that the brakes are quite low on the near side, so I'm going to do the brakes on this beginning of the week, probably next week. Might do it at the end of this week, see how we go. I've got the brake pads, it's just a matter of doing them. But the main reason for getting them to do a service rather than me doing it is because some of the newer cars, so this one's a newer one obviously, I tend to sell with a warranty, a 3-month warranty, which costs me 70 something pounds, which I throw in. I've done that on a couple of cars. What I've since discovered is they always have to be like MOT'd and serviced, services up to date, but what I have discovered is that they are not valid unless the service is done by a VAT registered garage. Obviously I'm not VAT registered, so it would have been invalid if someone should have had a claim on it. So that was £79 or whatever it was up the Swanee. Peace of mind for them when they bought it, but unfortunately if they'd had to claim on it, I've since discovered that it would have been invalid, so yeah, not good. So depending on what I find out about the service history, if it's had a recent service, then I'll get a proper service done on it, an intermediate service. As I say, I'm doing the brakes anyway, but it's at the very least having an oil service. So oil and filter service, I think it's 56 quid, and then obviously the MOT. So obviously it pushes the price up. It means I make less, but it's peace of mind. It's done. It's stamped in the book, and so on. So, as you know, I don't like to cut corners if I can at all help it. If it means I make less money, I make less money. I should be able to track down the service history on this one. It's a Glyn Hopkins car, so hopefully I can. It's got the postcode on the bottom of the number plate, so I can track down the dealers and give them a call. And see what services can be done. Not everybody uses Fiat main dealers for their servicing. Unfortunately, I've not got a logbook. If you've got the logbook, we probably spoke about this before, but if you've got the logbook, you can log in and look at the MOT history, and you put in the document reference number on the MOT history, and it will show you where it was MOT'd, and it'll even show you the old MOTs. When you do that, it gives you half a chance. You can phone up those MOT garages, and a bit like me on this one, a lot of people, when they get their car MOT'd, they also have it serviced at the same time, and they can look it up. But what I looked it up on, I think it was the white pop, the one I sold recently, the one with the alloy wheels and the sunroof. When I phoned up a garage that I tracked down from that, of course, because I had the logbook, this garage must have been out of the arc, because they said they don't keep any computer records. It's all on paper. And that paper was filed somewhere in the B1N file, probably. Yeah, how can you run a garage and not have a computer? Madness. So they couldn't give me any details. But generally, people are happy to do it. I did have one main dealer's on the same car. It had 4 services with them, and they wanted to charge me £25 to tell me. I've done 49 of these cars, sorry, 58 of these cars now. And not on every one, because some you get the service history with, but probably on certainly 50 of them, I've phoned around dealers, mostly the main dealer who sold it, and they've only been too happy to give me the details over the phone there and then. This one dealer, who I can't remember the name of it now, I've got it written down, and I will tell you who it was. Shame them on YouTube. They wanted to charge me 25 quid. Initially, when they said it's £25, I said, I don't want a service book, I just want you to tell me the dates, what type of service it was, and the mileage. And they said, no, it's 25 quid. Sorry, my wife just brought me a cup of tea out, so I paused. And as I say, I said I didn't want a book, I just wanted to know, and she said that's £25. So she said, I'll put you through to the branch. The phone started ringing, and I just said, oh, you know what, shove it. So I told the buyers that was the case. I put down that there were 4 services. I told them if they wanted to chase it up and get it stamped, they could. It's going to cost them 25 quid to do it, but they were happy to take the car. They wanted the car without getting it re-MOT'd anyway, so don't worry too much about that. So yeah, so booked in for the 7th of the 10th. The wing, I've just heard from I sent a message to the people I bought the wing from on eBay last night. I just heard from them today saying that it should be with me Friday. It'll be leaving tomorrow on a 24-hour courier, so it should be with me on Friday. So with a bit of luck, Friday I can get that wing on and hope it matches. Then we can get the bumper on properly. And apart from doing the brakes, it'll be ready for its service and MOT. I'm going to try and track that service history down today if I can, and we'll be back later. So what follows next is me doing the brakes. The brakes were quite worn out, so I thought I'd replace the brake pads at the front. I hadn't done brake pads for probably 4 years or so I was doing it from memory, so please don't beat me up on what I'm about to show you. I did it, it works, the brakes are fine, just my techniques might not be as good as you might expect, but there you go, just don't beat me up too much. But here we go with the brakes. Right, as you know, as I mentioned earlier, the brake discs aren't. The brake discs are fine. The brake pads aren't brilliant on this car, so we're changing those today. So first of all, what I've done is I've jacked the car up. I've got an axle stand under it, and I've also put the wheel underneath as well. I've also raised the bonnet and taken the cap, or loosened the cap on the brake fluid reservoir. So the first thing you do, I just wanted to add that I haven't done this for a very long time, and I'm doing it from memory. It's a while since I've done these. So first of all, you take out the clip that's in there with a pair of pliers, he says, trying to get the clip out. That's it. Right, put that somewhere safe, you don't want to lose that. And then you need to tap out this pin, which sometimes is quite stubborn, and you can encourage it through with a screwdriver, with a small screwdriver, so you can get it out. That came out quite easily. What you can also do is by pushing in on the old pads to move that across. If you move the caliper across, it automatically pushes in the what do you call it, the piston. That's why you open up the reservoir, so any fluid that's going to move up, which obviously it will. I need to undo this as well. The ABS clip sensor, or the wear sensor, whatever it is, that needs to come undone. Let's just get a cable tie and just need to push that up. Actually, I'm not taking it off, so I don't really need a cable tie. So then you just flip that up. I will do it because it won't hold, it won't stay there, so I will flip it up and hold it. Right, so that's on a hinge, so you just lift that up and then just tie it up somewhere with a cable tie just to support it. These cable ties typically aren't long enough. Let's get a bigger one. Right, so we've got that supported now. So now the pads, well, they are quite low. I don't know, there's a few, I think the other side's worse. They're not too bad. So if you've got a wire brush, which I actually haven't, it's a good idea to clean up the carriers where they sit in there. So I'm just going to get a wire brush, or find what I can. I don't think I've got a wire brush. I'll see what I can find. So I always spray a bit of brake cleaner on these as well. Let's put this cloth underneath so I don't get anything on the patio, on the driveway. Okay, so I've taken those out, as you saw. Give it a bit of a brush. And then just noticed that seems to be different. No, I think it's just a different shape. Where's my bit of wet and dry? I've lost that now. Where have I put it? There it is. So yeah, I haven't got a wire brush. I'm just using a bit of coarse wet and dry just to clean the bottom of those carriers. Get some of the surface rust off. And then what we'll do after that is put some copper grease on the ends of the new pads. You always get some surface rust on these. That'll do. Bit of brake cleaner. Let that evaporate away. And then what we do is we get a bit of copper grease. Try and at all times keep your hands off of the pad surface. It's just a bit of grease on each pad. place that into position. Bit of grease on top of this one, and on the bottom, not too much, so you don't want it going on the pads itself. Into the carrier like so, and then apart from putting the sensor on, that's it. Now where do we have the sensor? On the bottom, I think it goes. Right, I've got it in. It was just a matter of a bit of extra pressure, so I put a bit more grease on the top and the bottom as I've been messing with it. Come on, come out. That's it. Bit on the top, bit on the bottom. You could put these into put the grease into the carrier, I suppose, might be easier. Right, pop that into position, and then you can release the cable tie, and that should just slip straight over as you've already pushed the pistons back, and it's not for some reason. Maybe it needs pushing back a bit more. Luckily, because the top's off, you can just push it with your fingers. I have got a tool for doing it, but that's it. That should do it. It seems flush now. That's it. That's it. That should do it. So you need to line up the hole when you push this in, so it's facing outwards as it goes through. There we go. And then we push the pin back in, which holds it in place. There we go. That's it. Just got to connect up the wire. It's quite long, the wire on this. In fact, it's very long, much longer than that one. Why it's so long? And why that is so enormously long? That's crazy. Oh well, never mind. So that's it, basically. Some brake cleaner over the whole thing. And that's it. Now we've got to do the other side. So I've got the engine running. I don't know if you can be able to see this now because it's been raining. It's just started raining, but under the dripping from the back of the exhaust. See it dripping? It's just water, I think. It's dripping out of the exhaust. We have got some water coming out of the. Oops! I've steamed the camera up now with the exhaust standby. Yeah, I think it's just condensation, because also where the join is from the manifold pipe, where it joins the straight through pipe. I don't know if I can get under here and show you. I've put a box under it because I thought it was oil again still. Let me move the box. If you can see it, there you go, it's a drip. Just waiting for another drip. Yeah, it looks like it's just water. Yeah, I think it's water. I'm going to put that underneath just in case. I'm pretty sure. I think it's just where the car's been standing for so long. I'll give it some revs. It's piddling with rain now. So I think that's all it is. I think I need to charge the battery as well. It's almost struggling to start, so definitely needs a good charge. Wiper blades are good. Squirters work. That's good. Just checking these things as it's going for its MOT next week. Yeah, I think it's water. What do you lot think? It's, I say, it's where the manifold pipe gets past the cat, and then it goes sort of onto the straight bit. I think it's just before the flexible bit. I think that's where it's dripping from. I'm pretty sure it's just condensation stroke water that's got up the exhaust pipe, and the fact that it's coming out the back as well. I have seen that on some of the other cars as well. So I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it is just condensation, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that. But I'm going to keep that box under there because I thought, first of all, it was oil, but obviously we cleared all that oil up today, so that eliminated that. There's no oil at the sump or anywhere like that, and it is literally just clear water that appears. So it's not oily, so it's not gearbox oil or anything like that. It is water, basically. But yeah, what do you think? So I was expecting the painted wing to arrive today for Project Beige Girl, but it hasn't arrived, and it's absolutely pouring rain all day, so I probably wouldn't have been able to get it done anyway. So I thought I'd end this video here for today, just so I can get this uploaded, and so it's on YouTube at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now I'm recording in 4K. The files are a lot bigger, so it takes a lot longer to first of all save it, then to upload it, and then for YouTube to do its processing. It takes a hell of a lot longer. The files are quite big now, so I wanted to get it done. So yeah, I would have liked to have put the wing on this video as well, but that'll be on the next one. So it's going for MOT next week, MOT and service next week, and then it will be a final clean up, get that wing on. Well, obviously I've got to get the wing on before the MOT. I'm assuming the wing's probably going to be here tomorrow now, but we'll get it all finished off, all put back together, MOT and serviced, and then it'll be going up for sale hopefully by next weekend. So that's it for the time being. The next video you'll see will be maybe something new, before the next one of Beige Girl. There should be another video coming up of something else. So we look forward to that. So don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video, if you enjoy Love 500, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. It does help the channel grow. The channel has grown quite a lot over the last few months, and we'd really like to grow it more as well. So please hit that button. And then if you want to be notified of new videos that we upload, hit that notification bell, and then you'll be notified when we upload new content. So until next time, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe. See you soon.